Alright, I'm back out here with part 2 of the Ryobi 18-inch 40cc chainsaw that won't start. It's been sitting for a while. I'm going to start looking into this primer bulb first. I suspect there's issues with the carburetor too, but I'm wondering if it couldn't be just the primer bulb. So I'm going to take it back apart to where we had it in the last video. Take this top cover off. Get at this primer bulb here, and because I'm hearing a little as I'm hitting that primer bulb, and I'm wondering if that primer bulb just isn't bad itself. So I'm going to start with the easy stuff, and then we'll take the carburetor off. Not too hard of a job at all on this model. I'm almost wondering if there isn't something wrong with just the primer bulb, because I can hear a, you know, like the diaphragm maybe blown out or something, if there is such a thing. I'm going to see if I've got a spare. Alright, as the luck would have it, I do have one. It's not the exact same with the yellow ring, but it does have the top and bottom port separated like that. So I'm just going to hook this one up and see if we get any different results. Snap that back in there. I am seeing fuel. Actually, I'm seeing fuel spraying out here a little bit. If you can see that, that brand new fuel line I just put on has popped a leak. That's not good. Anyhow, it is priming now. It's still not filling the bowl. Maybe just a little. Which I think is unusual, but that may be the type of bulb this is, where it doesn't fill with fuel, it just pumps. So the pump is working. We can see as soon as I pump it, we got a little stream of fuel coming out there. So let me change this, cut that fuel line shorter there, and obviously there's a hole in that one for reasons unknown. Hopefully I got that in the last shot there. The fuel's spraying out here. The second I pump it, you can see a stream of fuel start coming. So we are feeding the carburetor, but we have a leak. I'm going to put this one on just by hand, no tools. Possibly I used the pliers to put it on last time. I'm unsure. Let's not repeat the mistake. There we go. Let me get that little piece. I'm going to tip it upside down and get that little piece of cutoff that I put down in there. Okay, I just tried pulling it over a few times. I'm still not getting any firing. So let's just pull that carb. I was pretty sure that's what it was going to be anyway. I'm going to leave that new primer on there just because it's new. And I know it primes. The other one, I didn't see it priming at all. It was just kind of giving me a whiffing sound. We have multiple issues on this due to really old gas being left in it. This has got some kind of weird strap here. Never seen that before. Holds something together, probably because of the vibration isolators, in case they break or something. I don't know. Taking that fuel line off that I just put on, and it's popping out fuel, pumping fuel. There's our carburetor. Let's take that apart and see what's going on. Alright, these carburetors are simple. One screw on this side, two screws on that side. One is like the diaphragm assembly, one's a fuel pump, stuff like that. Let's see what's in here. Let's see if we can see anything that's obvious. They still seem pliable. The screen is absolutely clogged with goo, which I attribute to ethanol gas. 100% full of this jelly, white jelly stuff that's corrosion on aluminum. This is solid aluminum. And the water just gets attracted to it, and nothing good happens after that. Okay, it looks like the needle still moves, so it's not frozen. I'm going to run through every passage I can find with carburetor cleaner. This passage, run some in through the tube, into it, through each hole, clean out the screen, and I'll bring you back. Alright, back to the saw. Let's just figure out how this went back in there. Let's see, this part was down in there. I'll put the right one on first because that one does not have that strap. That may help us get it lined up. There we go. Let's see where that hole is. It's not dropping easily. Get these started. Probably everything will line up. Now let's see if this one wants to go. Yes, it does. Alright, I'm going to give it a few pulls and let's see if it does anything. I could see the fuel going right up in there. Ah, And for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, fuel in our fuel bowl. I think we're onto something. In our last segment, I called that a fuel bowl. Primer bulb, not fuel bowl. You got what I was talking about, but nevertheless, should correct it. And it did run. Popped on the first pull, and I took the choke off and did start up. So I'm going to put the pieces back on. I think we're on to a good track here. It might need some tuning. It's got high and low adjustable jets there, which is good. We'll get it dialed in, but I have a feeling it'll be right where we want it because the chainsaw is, I believe, practically new. So let me just put the cover off that we took off in the first part of the video, number 2 here, and let's see what that gets us. There's just something wrong about how this goes on. Not really designed perfectly. You just kind of gotta bend it around stuff. It's weird. Very strange. Sure sign of poor engineering. Or bad mechanicship. Don't know. We'll go with the engineering. I think that's good. Idle adjusting screw cover. Oops. I got this thing sitting up on something here. There we go. You getting that? Yeah. Don't go torquing those crazy. They're just in plastic. Only holding plastic to plastic. Ah! Let me shake that out of there. I'll bring it back. Put the final screw in there. Now, one of the things to remember is as you're going to start this back up now, put the filter on just like it'll be running normally. Heat it up as if you'd be running it normally, and then adjust the carb if it needs it. Don't try to adjust everything cold, because the second it warms up, the mixture needs could change, and you may be wasting your time. You want it to run good while it's running, not when it's just started. So keep that in mind if you're not already familiar. Let's see what this will get us. As is. Choke out. On. Give it a prime. Some people always put that forward, some people don't. I don't know. Oh yeah, she's gonna run. Put the choke off. I have absolutely no throttle response because I think I didn't hook it up. Let's see what let's see what I forgot here. Yeah, that's not going to do anything like that. Okay, plan C. I'm going to take that carburetor all the way off. Don't know if it needs to be, but most likely it does. Wasn't even watching. I was just so excited when the primer bulb finally filled with gas. I didn't know what to do with myself. And the weird vinyl strap kind of looks like the material they make tie down or ratchet straps out of. I think that's to prevent the engine from getting crazy if those vibration mounts break or something. That's the best I can figure. Alright, let's get this out like we did before. Generally I don't edit the videos to make myself look like a genius and just put it together one time. You can follow along. Go ahead and laugh, whatever. It's good for you. There we go. And that goes in upright. Then you turn it as you go down. Okay. If you ever see a video where a guy's putting together everything perfect the first time, keep in mind it's probably edited. Nobody's that good every time, all the time. And now my fuel line just popped off. Reframe me there a little bit. Sorry about that. Got one to start. I want to pop this out of its hole for a minute there. It does have a little groove where it goes in there, so I'm going to make sure to get that back down in there upon final assembly here. But for now, it's got to stay just a hair out of my way so I can get that strap bolted back down. And that apparently is not lining up just perfect. No. Why? It's just plastic. Why won't you go? I'll bring you back when I figure that one out. Okay, I got that pain in the neck screwed. I had to loosen the carburetor, kind of shift it a little bit, and then the screw sunk down nicely. And now we have throttle response. Last thing I want to do, put that fuel line down in the little trough that it's designed to clip into. This one doesn't have one. This has a little grommet that goes downwards. Put the idle speed adjuster screw cover back on. Air filter back in. And now we should have throttle response. I'm going to choke it again like I did before. Engine switch on. Give it one prime. She's happy. Fired on choke. Off choke now. It's flooded, I can tell. Okay, so cold start, probably should have stayed on choke a little longer. Sounds great. That idle's maybe a little low. You don't want to go so the chain moves. I'm going to let it warm up a hair and let's see what it does. Okay, no adjustments that I think I need. I'm going to go for a hot restart now. I've got it all heated up and have been running it for just a minute or two. One full hot restart. Yeah, that engine's brand new. That's a good speed. Sounds like it's two-cycling a little bit. Just enough to get it good lubrication. On the high speed, it is a little lean, I think, but I'm going to leave it. I'll give you a listen on the high speed. You don't hear that heavy two-stroking sound. It's more of a revving sound. I'm going to leave that carburetor right where it is. It seems happy. It's just a hair lean on the high side, but it comes back to idle real nice. I hereby declare this chainsaw Wildwood certified. Thanks for watching.